Hello, my name's Katie Ewers and I'm a professional numerologist, and I thought I'd do this video today, especially for the Mind and Spirit event we have on today, to give you guys a little bit more information about what a reading with me would look like. So your reading is full of numbers, your most important being your life path number, which I'll go on to in a moment. But all these numbers together can be brought together into a picture which reminds you of the plan that you made with your spirit guide before you came on into this lifetime, before you came into this incarnation, the lessons that you wanted to learn and that you set yourself, the targets that you set yourself with your spirit guide, the talents and the added little talents that you decided to bring with you to support your life path, as well as your passions and your motivations that you bring with you to support your life path. Every single one of these numbers brings a different flavor, but it must always support your life path, because that is the reason why you are here. It's the big one, and it should be, as I'm about to say, the central focus of your life. So the numbers in your chart give you a bit of an idea of their importance. Now, I won't be reading them in this order because they're more logical in a slightly different order. I've put the life path and birthday number together. Now, the life path is only 10% on its own, and the birthday number, is only 10% on its own, and the life path is the other 40%, is the biggest chunk of your core. Both of them together, because they work together and they must exist together, is about 50% influence. So the life path, your sub-lessons and your birthday number is the reason why you are here, and the life path especially is what should be focused on in this lifetime. Your expression number, the talents you bring with you, are 30% influence. Your soul urge number, that other 20% goes on your passions, your motivations, what makes you burn inside, what makes you get up out of bed in the morning. And then the added flavours of you, which add, like the added flavours of herbs in a meal, they add different nuances and abilities and weaknesses to you. The intensifiers, the maturity number that comes into play from about your middle years. Your focus number, which is the name you use every day, which is not necessarily always your birth certificate name. Your temperament, your general disposition with your day-to-day, and your personality, which is how people see you. Okay, this is all brought together to show the picture of you and the plan you made with your spirit guide before you came. So first, I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview of the numbers. I'm going to try and go quickly, because otherwise this video is going to be too long and laborious. But I'm going to do an example after that of what a reading with me would look like. It's a little bit more clinical because we normally don't use a PowerPoint when I do a reading. But it gives you an idea of how I link the numbers together and help you to create a picture of what your plan is and what your next steps are, your direction, what you're here to achieve, and the talents you can use to achieve that. So your life path, as I've said, it's the reason you're here. It's your central focus. It's what you told your spirit guide when you came onto this incarnation that you would achieve. It's the contract that you wrote with him. It's not going to be easy because it's something you're working towards. It's part of your evolution. If you found it easy, it wouldn't be your life path. It would be your expression number. So the achievement of this path is not easy. It's not a talent. It's a potential that you are working towards. But remember, you can do this. You wouldn't have this gig. You wouldn't have this life path if you didn't have the ability to achieve it. But it should be your central focus and the reason that you use your talents. It should be the direction your passions go into. It's your reason for everything. Linking it together then with the sub-lessons and adding the nuances of the birthday number. The birthday number is that other sub-lesson to your life path. It's the added gift of potential that supports your life path. And it's like a helpful hint or tip of the direction of your life path that you agreed. It's always reduced to a single digit unless, of course, it's a master number. 11, 22, 33 are master numbers and they are not reduced to a single digit. Like your like your life path, the birthday number is not a skill you already possess. It's a potential that you use to help you develop your life path. It could be a strength elsewhere in your chart, which I found sometimes a lot happens. You find it as your birthday number, but then it's a strength number in your reading too. So you've got to look at the whole thing together to really bring on that big picture of your reading. So when it's your birthday number, it's that something to learn and perfect to support that life path. And it gives you a hint of the specifics of the life path, as well as the sub-lessons on how you're meant to achieve that in this lifetime. Then to support that life path is your talents. This is what you brought forward to support your life path and to make it happen. You before this incarnation, you agreed those talents with your spirit guide, and you telepathically told your parents your number vibration. Don't mind what you call me, guys, but remember, make sure that the vibration of my name is at a particular number that I need to support my life path. It's, and the key here, and it will be in your reading, is to use that talent within you, use the energy of this talent number to achieve your life path in the best way possible. That's the key to this talent number. It's strategically chosen by you, remember, to support you in the best way possible in your life path. You've just got to try and remember it and figure it out, and that's what I'm here to do. Your intensifiers are your added little nuances that came to you from previous lives. Because remember, numerology is based on the fact that we've all had previous lives. We're all reincarnating for our spiritual evolution. And the extra intensifiers that we bring with us are the talents that come to us from previous lives that we can add to enhance our talents that we use to achieve our life path. So the intensifiers are the talent, the added little nuances of ability that you add together with your expression number, and again used to support that life path. It always comes back to that life path. Having strong or weak intensifiers indicates the possibility of added strengths and added weaknesses, and it's because of those previous lives. If you have a weakness, it's because that you haven't experienced that in a previous life before, so it's something that maybe will be developed in maybe a bit in this life, but in future lives. Some people have a balance of average numbers if they've had quite a few lifetimes. Some have one or more strengths, one or more weaknesses. It depends who you are and what level you are at your evolution, but your intensifiers will add to your expression number as little added abilities that you can use to support your life path. So there's two lots of identifiers. One, the repeated numbers or the repeated letters in your name, which add energy to you. And also the first vowel and first letter of your name, which is also significant and brings added nuances of ability to you. They both work together, the first vowel and the first letter. The first vowel is 60%, so it's a bit more effective than the first letter, but they work together and affect each other, like mixing it all in a soup. And these, again, are added to your other intensifiers and your expression number as part of your strengths that you bring forward to this life path. So this is all going to be part of your plan that we will draw forward. Focus number, this is the number that, not the number you were born with, this is the name that you use in everyday existence. It has a vibration that will bring added energies to your life when you use that number. So it's not always working in your life. It's working in your life when you use that particular name and it brings forward that energy. Because, your full birth name, mine's Katie Louise Ewers. I don't introduce myself as that. And I once had a married name, so I changed my name through marriage. I often only use my first name, so that changes the vibration. So I take that into account in people's readings, the names they're called every day, and the name that you prefer to use, or that people, even nicknames that people call you, have a significance in your reading. Maturity number, if you're, in your 20s, early 30s, this hasn't come into play yet. It's called the 40s, middle years kind of number. It's like another number that you're evolving towards as you grow and mature. You'll show many talents and attributes of this number. as you get to your middle years, and this will continue beyond. And again, this is all to support your life path. Soul urge, this is amazing. This is your passion. This is your motivation. This is your the happiness burning in your gut. It's your flow when you're engrossed, and you lose hours of time because you've been so engrossed in what you're doing. It's your inner motivation, the reason you get up in the morning. It makes you tick. This energy feeds your soul. It represents what you really want from life and what you aspire to and dream about when you feel those bullets of joy. That's your soul urge being activated. Temperament, again, this is your everyday. You might be a bit more physical. You might be a bit more mental in your approach, mental and logical. You may be highly emotional in your approach, more intuitive. You're going to be a mix of all of these four. You may have dominance or you may be balanced across the board, but the temperament that you have that comes from your name will have significant add significantly to your general disposition day to day. And your personality number, there was only one thing I could say about this. This is the energy that people experience from you in the world. This is how people perceive you. This could support or not support your life path, but you can find a way to help it or make it support your life path, because that's what it's there for. So I've given you a little bit of an overview of my numbers. Okay, now this reading normally lasts an hour, so it's just giving you a general idea of, and I'm using my numbers as an example, and I don't want to take too long because I'm already 12 minutes into this video. So remember, this is going to be quite fast. Normally it'd be at least an hour's worth of discussion, this plan. So bear with me. You can always pause and rewind if you want to watch this video again anyway. So your life path number, my life path number is 347. So my chosen evolution and my difficulties that I need to achieve in this lifetime is to trust that I am a spiritual being, trust my intuition and my soul and my inner knowledge, rather than what I just study or take from other people's theories or ideas. Not just what I learn or research, but remembering that I have a soul in here that is full of knowledge. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, a human incarnation. I need to trust other people. I need to trust in the ups and downs of life, because these are all necessary experiences for my spiritual evolution. If life is a utopia, what do you learn? And this is what I have to remind myself daily, because this is not a talent for me. This is a potential that I work towards every single day of my life. And you will have the same with your life path number. It will be something that you are always working towards, and it should be your central focus. So mine is very much about being spiritual, knowing there's a soul within me and helping others to read the soul within them too. So being a spiritual teacher is very much the idea. But looking at those two numbers before the slash, they're significant too. They're the steps that I need to achieve my life path. So the lessons of the four energy. Now, this is a karmic weakness for me, as you'll see in the rest of my reading. Being goal-orientated, organized. This is what I need to do as one of my steps for my life path, and it's actually something I find quite difficult. So I work towards this every day too. Being organized, structured, persevering through difficulties, overcoming, working hard, creating that secure foundation for myself, that business, that organization, following a gradual process without getting bored and walking away. And continuing on and persevering to build something strong. That's something that I really need to work towards. It is a karmic weakness for me, so it's even more important for my karmic weakness and obviously my life path, which is the big thing, is this number. So this is one of my big challenges. Lessons of the three energy. This is something I love a little bit more, and I love to do, speaking to others, using verbal expression to help inspire and teach, which is what I'm doing now. So I'm using that as part of my life path as being a spiritual teacher. But now I need to build a bit more of a strong, stable structure for myself. And it's something I'm still working towards. Birthday number. This is added to my life path. So I take this into account when I think about my life path. It's my birthday number, which is 2911, because I was born on the 29th. So that's a 11 master energy, which is very much the spiritual. Can you see the link? Spiritual illuminator, spiritual messenger. So I link that with my Life Path 7 spiritual teaching. And that's what I will help you to do. I will help you link your life path with your birthday number, with your sub-lessons, to come up with what are you here to achieve in this world. Okay, this is how I'm going to help you draw your plan together. So I'm in touch with the big unique ideas and spirituality. I bring all these potentials that I need to achieve that add together with my life path. Now, I'm not going to go into all the detail that I would do if I was reading for someone, because you can see it on the screen and I don't want to bore you rigid. But what the point I want to get across is your life path is your reason for being here. Your steps towards that life path are your numbers just before that /, like I'm a 347, the 3-4. And linking onto that, don't forget the other director on your life path to add a bit of extra nuance and give you a bit more hints of how you're meant to achieve it is your birthday number. And they should all be read and pulled together, these three specifically. Okay, so my life path is the 7, the spiritual teacher, remember. My expression number is the 5, which is all about communication skills. This is the talent I bring with me. So that helped me to realize that to be a spiritual teacher, the best way to do it for me is to communicate, to write, to speak, to storytell, to use language really to express what I do and to help others to find their purpose in life, to achieve a specialism, which is my numerology, which is my passion, my thing. Excellent skills in business and sales and PR and management, which I'm still working with at the moment because my 4 energy tends to curtail it a little bit, because my weakness in the 4 energy tends to curtail my business skills a little bit. But that's something I'm still working on, like we all are working on different things. I like to be free. I like to be without restrictions. So I want to run my own business. This is what I'm working towards. This is the talent I bring. Now I must use that talent, the exploration, the need to be free, the potential business skills, the social, the charisma, the communication skills that I can use to support my life path, which has all become part of my plan. This is how see how it all links together. Then your intensifiers, which come from your previous lives. I have a 2 and a 3 added from my previous lives. So my 2 and my 3 is high, so I have an added ability to work alongside others cooperatively as a team, and I feel that. Added ability to speak creatively and emotionally, to inform and hopefully to inspire. My weaknesses in the 4 with organisation, committing past boredom, because my 5 energy expression makes me get bored easily. So with the 4 energy, that enhances my inability sometimes to commit and focus on a particular subject when I start to get bored. So that's something I'm weak at. Organisation, the details and data, commitment, and creating stability and security. Having feelings of lack in the 8 energy, lack in financial abundance, which is something I'm very much weak in, personal power, and having and status, which is not so much of an issue. It's more about the abundance for me. But what about the 5 there? That's showing as weak too. But because 5 is my expression number, not having the added little intensifier is not going to make a huge amount of difference because I'm already strong in the 5 energy. So life path and the letter intensifiers. So also there's added talents and abilities in the letters of your name that I will adds to your abilities, which again is used to link to your life path. This is your first vowel and your first letter in your name. These all have a vibration which add extra talents and potentials to you, which you then, and I will help you to do, plan to help you use those abilities from the first vowel and the first letter to support the life path number. The life path is always what you should be focusing on, and using the skills of the first vowel and your first letter, as well as your expression and your other intensifiers, bringing it all together. It's quite difficult, but that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm going to help you to do. Maturity number, thinking about how that links to your life path. For me, it's given me that extra confidence to communicate on videos like this, which has supported my life path spiritual teacher. And that's something that I've brought together through looking at my plan. Focus number. Again, my focus number vibrates at the 1, which gives me a little bit of assertiveness and a little bit of confidence. Otherwise, I might still be hiding behind a video now and not pressing record. So my life path number is supported by my focus number. My name, Katie, vibrates at the 1. And that gives me a little bit more, unique, creative ideas, but also a bit more independence, a bit more assertiveness, and a little bit more confidence. I'm not saying I'm confident all the time. I'm confident all the time, but, I can use this energy when I want to, when I need it, to help me to be confident and strong. And that's in my name, Katie. And that all is part of your plan. Soul urge, your passion. I'm lucky. My life path is the same number as my soul urge. So I'm passionate about achieving my life path. Passionate about achieving it. It's all I think about. Problem with that is it is all I think about. And what I really need to do in this lifetime, I know I need to use my passion in the 7 to achieve the 7 slightly different sub-lessons, though, you see there, and I am aware of that. And we will take that into account in your plan. The sub-lessons are important, but that double energy of the 7 makes it even more important for me to balance my passion for learning and analysing information and remembering things that I've learned with remembering what's already inside me and, understanding my own intuition, putting what I learn through the filter of my intuition so that I know that what I'm learning, what I'm reading, what I'm projecting is true and true to me. So that's something that I keep in mind every day. Everything must be run through my intuition, because if it don't feel right, I'm not doing it. That's my path. My temperament has a big effect. It's my day-to-day. It's how I behave. I'm quite emotional. And being emotional makes me, it helps me because it makes me better in relationships. It makes me more subjective when it's working with people. And I've also got the 2 intensifier, which makes me good at working with people. The 5, which means I communicate well with people. So I bring all these elements together, my temperament and my intensifiers, my expression, and bring it together as a pattern to help me achieve my spiritual teacher path. Now, I could be a bit higher on the intuitive there because my life path 7 struggles with their intuition. You can see there that it's showing there in my temperament that it's not my lowest, but it's one of my, it's not my top, and it's something that I still need to work on. And the biggest reason for that, as well as my life path, of course, is, I don't know, I think it is just my life path, really. I mean, my weaker element is also the mental and the logical. So I am more esoteric, I would say, and more spiritual, always have been. So I'm less mental, less logical, less, oh, that can't be true because that's not the facts. I'm not about that. I am about the spiritual. And I want to, and I'm working on bringing the intuitive side of me up and using the high emotional temperament that I have to help me connect with others on a deeper level so that I can achieve my life path. It always links back. It must always link back to that life path. My personality, people see me as a 7. That's great. They see me as an inspired writer and speaker. Well, I didn't, I think that's amazing. They see me as full of information. I'm full of information about numerology and the unknown. And, they see me as a great spiritual teacher and numerologist. So what more could I ask for? This is my life plan, and this is how I've brought it all together by linking all my numbers together and always back to that life path. And I can help you do that Normally this kind of reading would take an hour, so don't panic. I'm not going to just throw loads of information at you, and your reading will be in written form and it will be recorded for you. But also, if you want, just before I move on, this is just a picture of the plan of my numbers that I would show you at the end, to show you where your strengths and weaknesses are in one page, which is good if you're a bit of a big picture thinker. But also, if you take the extended reading, I will go more into, you will have those core numbers, but I'll also go into your pinnacles and your personal years. So the pinnacles go more into the general conditions and the events that you as an individual will experience during a period. The atmosphere, the environment, the challenges that you may go through as you go through your life. It's the general background, like the background of a painting. Your personal year works alongside your pinnacles. It either helps or hinders, supports or does not support, to focus on each year separately. So we all have personal years, and I can let you know what those personal years are, whereabouts you are in your 9-year epicycle. Each new year provides new vibrations, and looking at previous years will help explain things that may have happened in previous years that were not, that remind you of the vibration that you were dealing with before. And looking forward ahead of time, how the pinnacles and your personal year and the universal year is going to affect you as you move forward in your life. Now, that is what you will get as the extension of a reading with me, and all those core numbers that you saw before is just the normal reading. So the extension is where I add on the pinnacles and the personal years, and you get to look back and ahead on what's to come and what has been. Now, I hope you found this useful, and if you do want a reading with me, please send me a message on this site, or you can email me, send me a message on Facebook, but contact me through the event. That's what I did this video for. It would be great to hear from you guys. See you soon.